All right, squad.
All right,
Let's do it.
Boys.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
Alrighty, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Good night.
So this podcast, I was thinking just talk about the origins. David, you'll talk about a little bit because you were the first external employee we had, and then we'll talk about with Aaron kind of the reason we started repairing stuff. I'll talk about for like 5 minutes how we started, and then as I talk, you guys can kind of just like butt in. The idea for the podcast is to be able to have like a really cool conversation where it's hella funny. It's not like super professional. It's pretty informal, but also that it's helpful for people. I think that's kind of the point of it.
It's our first. So.
Yeah. Dave, are you hidden?
He's like kind of.
Aaron's head is in the way.
Is that better?
Can we not move this forward and like?
Well, we can push it this way.
Move it your way.
David's way. Yeah.
1 hour later.
All right, here we go. So for the last 4 or 5 years, mainly I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. So we never had an opportunity to make our own podcast. So we're really pumped about making a podcast with the people, the ninjas that started this company. So originally, this company started like any other great company. Started by mistake. I sold something on Amazon, and that something was a GameCube. So I sold a Nintendo GameCube that I got from my buddy Chet. Chet was a big influence in my life. And Aaron, you want to go over there?
Well, like I'm covering Dave then.
Oh shoot!
So.
It's okay.
Sucks.
I'm not that important.
Neither am I,
hop
but let's
over,
at least all be in the
And it
picture.
should be good.
So during this time, I had an opportunity when Chet gave me the Nintendo GameCube that I got when I was 16, I believe 16 or 17, I took it to GameStop, and the guy at GameStop told me that, hey man, you should just sell this on Amazon because we're going to give you $6 for it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I sold it for my first GameCube on Amazon, and I made, I think, an account under my mom's name, something like that. Of course,
yeah.
like any other, young entrepreneur. Made an account under my mom's name, sold the GameCube overnight for about $45. It did cost me about $20 to ship it, but at the time I was so pumped. I never had that feeling before where I was able to go to sleep, wake up, and sell something, and you have, quote unquote money in the bank, which is crazy. Took that product to the post office, and then took that item, shipped it, went back to my computer, put the tracking number in, and that was the first order I ever did. And we've been growing ever since. But it's been a journey, and a lot of the things that we do now are based off the things we learned in the past. So when I was just starting out, I was going on Craigslist, going on OfferUp, anywhere I could to find broken, damaged, or just units I can test and sell. So we were just buying gaming merchandise, which is where the gaming part of our company comes from, JoesGE Gaming Electronics. We used to buy a lot of Nintendo, a lot of Sony, a lot of Xbox stuff. We'd fix them and resell them, or we would just buy and resell cartridges. So the beginning of the company is through buying and reselling cartridges. So we'd sell N64 cartridges, NES cartridges, things like that. So a lot of old Nintendo gaming stuff. Zelda stuff always sold really well. Donkey Kong sold well. Mario Kart always sold really well. So that's how it all started. And as we started selling on Amazon, that worked out really well for us. And we started selling on Craigslist. And essentially, our supply chain was really simple. We go on Craigslist, we get a good deal, we take it, we resell it, and that's all we did. And then about a year into this experiment, I started making some money. Like getting things like, wow, you can make like $20,000, $30,000 doing this. It was crazy at the time. And I was still working at a candy shop in the mall because I worked there until I was 18 before I quit and started going full time. But during that time, my little brother went with me to a Craigslist listing, so I had to go buy. Was I buying? Yeah, I was buying some Xbox 360s from my guy on Craigslist, and Aaron was with me in the car. And so the guy's like, hey, I have these ones that are working, right? And I also have these. I also have these damaged ones that I'll give you for free. No, this was the Woods Coffee.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember.
And so at that time, what happened is we just took the free Xboxes. We're like, yeah, let's do it. I gave it to Aaron. Aaron pulled it apart. I believe he fixed a sticky. What was it?
Laser was dirty.
Yeah, the laser was dirty. So I believe we bought like a disc, cleaned out the laser, and resold it. And I'm sure we got a return for it about a month later.
Probably.
But that's besides the point. That's kind of why we stopped doing Xboxes in the first place. But after that, we just kept scaling up, kept moving forward. We started in my bedroom with about 3 dudes. We had Aaron, David, we had Edgar, as well as William was there. We had a couple other guys. And then after we went from my room, we went to my parents' garage. After the parents' garage, we moved into this warehouse. And now we're here We have about 30 people now that work with us, and we're hoping to continue to scale up. And this is part of the journey, and we're really excited about sharing a couple little things that we've been able to learn in the last few years about scaling up and all the challenges that we faced along with building a business. Our philosophy is to build a business with cash. We don't take any debt on, so it's really important for us to kind of share the things that we do that are unique to business in general without having a lot of support otherwise.
Remember that guy from Arlington?
Yeah, so one of our first quote-unquote vendors was from Arlington. He used to work with Cash Pawn America, and we would buy broken electronics from him. And
We would just buy random stuff.
yeah, that's kind of how we started fixing more electronics. We would buy random,
He would
computers,
have from watches to computers
Right.
to like
laptops, gaming,
anything.
merchandise, literally anything. A lot of music stuff would always sell really well. But we kind of started scaling up from there. Then we started our eBay page, and we got our eBay page shut down, of course, like anyone knows. And then Amazon got shut down, so we started our own website, and then we got more eBay pages, and then we kept ramping up our website. Now we sell on a bunch more channels now, but
that's when parents started freaking out at us because we were out like till 12, 1.
yeah, at one point or another, our parents thought we were just selling drugs, and that was always a really nice thing when your loving parents think that you're involved in the narcotics game.
Yeah, good times.
You remember
All right.
that?
So that's kind of the general thesis of the starting. I mean, we'll talk about it more and more throughout the podcast, but we've done it. It's not a theory. We're not motivational speakers. We're not some theoretical scientists here. We're people that have done it. We're doing it. We're going to be doing it going forward. We have a huge ambition for this company to keep growing it. We want to have triple digits of employees and keep pushing forward, become, industry leaders. But really at the end of the day, our whole focus is operational excellence. We want to be the best company every single day, and that's what we focus on as a company. And David's a big part of that. So David, explain a little bit about your starting, how you started, why you started, and how your role has evolved in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so should I talk about like day zero?
Day zero, I think that's a good starting point. I think all great place to start there.
Yeah, so I think Aaron was the first one to kind of tell me about this little hustle that we had.
You never believed me.
I mean, well, I was just mowing lawns back in the day, trying to make a buck. So I was pumped, make a few extra bucks, fixing PS3s, or Xboxes,
360s.
and yeah.
I
think we started with like fixing 1 or 2 gaming consoles a day or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like $20 a day. Good times. And then I remember the first time I think I was the first one to get put on payroll.
You were?
Hourly.
Yeah, you were too good.
Yeah, we started out, I don't know. It was a good feeling. I think that was my first actual dollar or payroll that I've ever worked.
Paycheck?
Yeah, because this was before or during Raider Farms. That's where I actually worked too, which sucked.
Yeah, Raider Farms was where a lot of the guys worked here before. We used to all sort raspberries and then blueberries before that.
Yeah, so a little bit of a change from working on the machine in the hot heat gives you a little motivation to work on some electronics in Joe's bedroom. But we started I think the first thing that kind of brought good success was the headphones, the Solo 2 wired headphones that I don't know how much you got.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you talking about our first lot about a year? I think we're about a year and a half in.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
2014, right? Or 2015?
Well, we actually
2015.
we really got into it. I think the first ones we ever got was from Cash America, though.
Yeah, we had like
It was like a few,
a
like
batch of maybe 6 or something. That's what I remember.
because that's when we were like, I think they were broken or something, and we're like, oh, might as well try to fix them. So,
And that's the time when we didn't even know how to do 10 wires.
yeah,
So we had to,
dude, we screwed up so many beats from not being able to 10 wires.
we had
Ridiculous.
to replace the main internal wire, but we couldn't do that because the tinning part was kind of out of our knowledge.
Expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sad because right now that process probably takes us 30 seconds, but at the time it would take us 30 minutes to replace one wire that we could have just modified and fixed the
Dude.
ends for it and just resell it. So we've definitely learned a lot in the last 5 years.
Oh yeah.
We probably threw away many, like hundreds of good wires.
Yeah, we did.
Just dumpster. Ridiculous. But so I think when Dave first began, it was because you got me too much stuff and I was getting overwhelmed. So you're like, I got to get more people to start helping us. And I came from Russian group one day. It was after class. And Dave and Ruslan were at our house and they're just fixing random stuff. And I was like, what the hell are you guys doing here? Remember that?
Were you not working for Joe at the time?
No, I was. But we needed help.
Okay.
So I came home from Russian school. You guys are all working on my shit. I was like, what are you guys doing?
I think you're gonna fix some of them. So I'm like, all right, let's put some new eyes on this.
So, who else worked for us, Joe?
So we had a couple different people. So our hiring strategy at the time is, we know you. You're not gonna rob us. Come work for us. You're a living, breathing thing that can probably do some work. And then slowly we progressed and got a little more picky.
Pretty much hired all of my friends, I'd say, or brought them on with me to the picture. I think I had Edgar start working with us.
Yeah.
And a little while after, Daniel Glazoff, our sourcing guy, who's currently working with us right now.
So pretty much all of the original dudes that started in the garage,
yeah,
are still here.
They're mostly all here, yeah.
Yeah, who wasn't here?
Ruslan?
Yeah.
We have a few other guys.
Salove?
Yeah.
Who else?
Garage days.
Garage days.
Mr. Zach.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, we've progressed and we moved forward. And Aaron, tell me a little bit about your experience starting out, kind of what you remember from that time.
So, when I started, first thing I did, I was, so how long have we been doing this for? Like, since the beginning.
Beginning was like 2013 when I just started, but 2014 was we kind of got.
2014,
So 2012.
got into it.
You got into it?
2012, you started buying stuff and you were kind of just getting into it because that was the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I had the same room as you, and I'd always be laying in bed and playing Xbox. You remember that?
I do.
You'd be coming home from work and I'm watching TV or playing Xbox. And so one day you just stopped. Oh, you brought an Xbox to me? You threw it at me and you're like, hey, fix this. I'll give you $5 if you fix it or something. I was like, dude, why can't I'll take $5. So I fixed it and I was like, and then you looked at me and you're like, dude, we can make some money from this. You actually fixed it pretty quick. And I think we talked, Nazar Fandaluk had some Xboxes or something and we were going to go get them from him. And this is the very beginning, like the first time I did anything. And I was like, oh, I got a little rush from it. I was like, $5? This is cool. Like, I just made $5 not doing anything. So I did that, and then I started kind of tagging along with you everywhere you went. I'd come back from school. You'd come back from work. We're like, let's go to Bellingham. Let's go buy a bunch of stuff. Nintendo 64. That was the stuff. We bought so many of those.
A lot of N64s. Yeah, they don't break that frequently either, so it was really easy to resell them without having any defect rate.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I think the games from there sold a lot. Anyway, let's keep progressing in this story. Like I said earlier, I came back from Russian school one day. You didn't tell me nothing. These guys are sitting at our house. They're fixing more stuff. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then we got into PS4s or PlayStations, PS3s back then, PS4s now. And what happened after that? We moved to the garage. And then I actually started working on beats with you guys. And I worked on beats I was a really shitty technician. That's just
fact.
That is true. Yes.
Very, very shitty technician. So when we moved to the shop here, I was still a technician, but I was just bringing everybody down.
This is true. This is fact.
I thought about a better thing I could do in here. And then I started taking photos and videos here. And so what I do currently is I manage our eBays, kind of. I help Joe manage the eBays.
You're learning to be able to take over our sales channels.
Yes. And I take photos. I run our YouTube. somewhat started running our Instagram again. I started just message people through our Instagram, and so I don't know what you'd title me, but I do a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, everything except for technical work.
Yeah, there you go. Dave does that.
Dave, so what do you do now? What's your current position, and how's that evolved in the last 5 years?
Currently, I am a technician. I manage.
Remember, we don't manage, we lead.
We lead.
That's right. Why is that? What's the distinction?
We are leaders.
We focus on sameness.
Yeah.
Managers focus on differences. We only want to focus on going forward and not focusing on differences. Sorry, I had to make a distinction.
No, I was gonna say I was managing pretty much the sales that are going out. I'm making sure whatever's sold the previous day goes out, is repaired, and give the guys a hand if I have to. I do a lot of train the guys or train new techs on certain models. Once they get a hang of technical work, they kind of pick up on their own and they're able to repair electronics themselves. If we get new products in, the techs can have, give it a shot, repair. This is R&D stuff. I also do R&D, but it's nice to have more than one person doing R&D. Gives it a lot more insight. And like Russ and Eric, they do a lot of earbud R&D. Well, that helps a lot.
Absolutely. So we just had a recent experiment with this where we had AirPods, Apple AirPods, those devilish things. They're not really made to be repaired, but of course we're idiots and we want to just keep pushing the envelope and find ways to repair them. So we were able to get 6 or 7 guys to look at them.
Yeah, we spent many hours trying to disassemble them, trying to figure out how to repair these earbuds. So the thing is with repairing or R&D, if you get electronics and they're broken, you don't want to just find the easy fixes and say okay, we repair these electronics. You kind of want to find that continuous fault that those headphones have. When these had like a charging issue, you kind of want to figure that issue out, because if you don't know how to repair the main issue of the headphones and you start buying lots, you're not going to be able to convert on more than 90% of the stuff.
Absolutely. And off that point, if no one else knows how to repair them either, no one's going to buy parts, because part of our business model is we buy, sell, and repair. So when we buy products and we can't repair them, we disassemble them for parts and then we show people how to fix them. But if someone can't fix that, they're not going to buy it. And if they're not fixing them, then insurance companies won't buy from us either, because they don't have anyone trained enough to fix it. So it's a downward trend. If we can't repair it ourselves, we know it's going to be really difficult for anyone else to repair it. It's going to be difficult for us to do that.
I think a huge turning point for us though was when we started pushing our YouTube a lot. Our YouTube gives us a lot of, not sales generally, but it gives us a lot of exposure for free.
And sales. It's the reason why we've been growing so much on our website. So it's both. It's
a great platform. It's like if you're trying to get any free advertisement, YouTube is the way to go.
YouTube is the way.
Yoop?
Yoop.
No, it's the best. You get a lot of views, get a lot of attention, I'd say. And yeah,
you still have to make good content though.
Well, no, it can't be shitty content. That's for sure. But
it has to be helpful. You have to have a value add in the marketplace. What is the unique part of every platform? Well, our thing is we're going to show you how to repair something without selling you 50 different things while we're doing it. We're going to show you how to fix it the fastest way, the best way. We're going to try to provide you with the parts and tools to do it as well. So empowering people to be able to make this stuff themselves, making them the hero.
We're catching up to iFixit.
Very soon, next year.
Yeah. I had another idea I was going to say, but I forgot.
Cool. So David's role has definitely evolved in the last few years, taking more of a leadership role, and my role in the last many years has also kind of evolved. I used to ship every single item. I used to take every single phone call. I repaired the first pair of headphones with super glue because I'm a dumbass, and that's kind of what you did back in the day. And we still have customers that send stuff in that is super glued, and I have sympathy for that. But at the time, I was able to fix a pair of headphones. It started many years ago, and because of that, we kind of got into Beats headphones. We fixed so many Beats headphones. We fixed a lot of Bose product. We fixed Fitbit product, Apple product. Majority of our category is portable audio, fitness trackers, smartwatches, and then we dabble in a lot of other different categories, but we really tried to focus on being able to refurbish things at a cost-effective price. We really tried to focus on providing a really high quality experience for our customers for repairs. So customers use our proprietary software to send in all our products to our service department. And we also sell parts, original parts to large insurance companies. So that's kind of how our business model has evolved. Now about 70% of our sales come directly to our website, JoesGE.com. And now the other 30% come from all our other platforms. So we've been in a huge transition phase this year with cross training, essentially taking someone's department, whatever they're doing, and teach them 3 or 4 more tasks. That way we have a much more well-rounded company.
eBay kind of screwed us over.
eBay did screw us over, but we're going to talk about that at a different time. The episode's going to be called eBay Screws People Over.
Yeah.
All the time.
But Amazon, they get after
That
it.
could be another episode.
Yeah. Anyways, my role has evolved. A lot of what I do now is just focusing on what the next thing is, focusing on how do we make sure we have a great operational excellence, empowering our leaders to make sure they have the tools and they have the resources to make sure that we have a flawless operation. We want to make sure that every single order we do is perfect and doesn't happen, but that's our goal and we strive for it every single day. And that's the difference between who we are and what other companies are. And many of our clients are very pumped about dealing with a company that just has this obsession about making things perfect and making sure that we take full responsibility for any bullshit that happens here. And that's kind of what we try to do. And we're on this pursuit forever. We're never going to stop. We're always going to be moving forward. A lot of my role is now in sales, like I was saying, HR, hiring, firing, teaching. I'll be going on my first actual vacation here. I haven't got on an actual vacation in many years. So I'll be going on my honeymoon here pretty soon, which is insane. And it feels like I'm, giving up my baby to everyone else. But I know that our team is capable of doing everything. And right now, a lot of training's going on. So this is the kind of phase that I'm in now, training a lot of the online platforms, a lot of the information I know about listing, all of the things that I know about inventory management, being able to teach our teammates here to be able to do it properly is huge. And that's what I've been trying to do. And my role continues to evolve. I have a huge passion for helping others, and more importantly, have a huge passion for the people that we work with. I hear this frequently from people who are successful with hiring people. It's, you work for the people, and I believe that I work for all the people that work here, all the ninjas that work here, because without them, we will not really have much of anything. So really try to make sure that our people are happy. Our company is not perfect, but we try really, really hard to give a shit about things. We try to engage people, try to make sure people learn something, and try to challenge them as well, not to roll over, not to take any bullshit from anyone that tries to say that this is too hard or I'm just here for a job. This is not just a job, this is an opportunity. And we try to kind of teach people that, and most people take it seriously, some people don't, but at the end of the day, we feel like we have a really unique look on a company. The way we operate is unique. We have a lot of Japanese influence in our company, along with, we know how China operates, which is a shit show. So we have a little bit of yin yang here, where it's the best and the worst of everything. And we are learning, we have learned, and we'll continue to learn about how we can operate in the best way possible. And we hope that we can keep sharing the story for you guys. If anyone's starting out their company right now, guys, the experience that we've had in the last 6 years, what would you guys say what kind of piece of advice would you give them in terms of some encouragement or some strategy that's short, like 30 seconds here? For me, it's patience. I can tell you for a fact that the first 3 years of the company, I was unable to take a paycheck because we had people working here and we had to pay people. So as a leader, if you're trying to build a company and you're living with your parents, which I still am, I'm just moving out now, keep peace with your parents, keep it on the low, keep your expenses low so you can have a team that you can pay so they can push the vision along. At certain parts of the business when it was just starting out, I still had a second and third job, and I had people working, but I was still working as well other places to make money because I thought this business would do pretty good, but it kind of did a lot better than I was expecting myself. But all pays off if you're patient, if you're willing to put the effort in, and you have to have a passion for a root of what you're doing. So I can't say I'm passionate about electronics, but I can definitely say I'm passionate about helping others. And my way of helping others is doing what I do, and what I do is helping others. So I think that's a good way of going about it. And that's my advice for anyone that's starting out. If you're in a garage now, in your room, whatever you're doing, if you're in a warehouse, wherever you're at, be patient.
Dave?
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with that one. I didn't really have much.
Business.
No, I was going to
Business
school. I was going to school for 3 years, or college for 3 years, and I did not expect myself to stay here at JoesGE for a while, or I was gonna, bounce after
you graduated.
I graduated, but
Just like Ben and Mark just did.
yeah, way to go, guys.
Well, my younger self, I kept asking Dave. I was like, "Dude, are you ever gonna leave Joe's?" And he's like, "Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna leave this place as soon as I can. Like, I was just making my side hustle here, like making a little bit of money, and I'm out of here."
Yeah, and then you start making more money than what your degree is projected to make you. So you're like, yeah, I can.
I just wasted 3 years of my life in college.
I mean, it wasn't waste. I did go to 2 years while I was in high school.
Okay,
so
yeah. So it wasn't horrible.
that last year was kind of a.
Pain.
I mean, I worked here maybe like 6 hours a day, and did college for 4 hours, so it wasn't
10
too
hour
bad.
days. Not
Yeah.
horrible.
But yeah, so I'd say if you're, hustling, trying to make a business going, I'd say don't give up, because I think I only saw that this was a viable business after maybe 3 years of it actually,
Growing and stuff.
yeah, I'd say from the garage days, not actually from the business license.
Prior to legitimacy.
Yeah, and
Well, I think the biggest move was when we moved here from the garage. That was massive. But anyway, the advice I have to give, I had a few eBay accounts in my day, and I was a dick to customers. So if you're, and you're gonna get shut down if you're a dick to the customers.
and you're gonna get other people's accounts shut down.
Yeah, you'll get other people's accounts shut down. But don't be a dick. Just like if a customer needs some help them as much as you can. Don't lie to a customer. Don't do anything like that, because it'll just bring you further away from the customer than anything. So like, just be as supportive to the customer. Give the customer as much as you can give, as much knowledge as you can give, as much information as you can give, and yeah. Nice.
Awesome.
Nice, short and simple.
So we have a segment here. It's called Quote of the Day, and I'll give you a quote of our company, and it's from our good friend Edgar Planikov. It's knowledge is a powerful brain, and it's an inside joke. So everyone knows what's up.
When did he say that?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, he just came
Some
in
juncture.
randomly. No, he randomly came in the morning. Knowledge is a powerful brain.
And one last thing I have to say before we finish this first episode is surround yourself with great people. I know that we wouldn't have this company without David or Aaron or all the people that we had originally. So surround yourself with people that have strengths in places that you don't. I would not say I'm a great technician. Therefore, that's why we have ninjas who are really good technicians. And I would say the technicians are probably not really good at finances and sales and hiring and firing and other kind of skills that I might have or that I was able to gain. I know I didn't have these skills. It's just something that you gain over time just through experience. So make sure that you're, not too proud to be able to know that you suck at things, and try to hire people that compliment you really well. And like in any great relationship, you want to make sure that somebody can compliment you really well, and you can have someone that does something that you can't. And that's going to be the best outcome, I think, at the end of the day. So just believe in your people, hire good people. I know that's a very simple thing to say, but hire people that you believe in their work ethic. I think everything else can be solved. As long as you can trust them and you believe in their work ethic, everything else can be taught. Skills can be taught. And one more thing that we've been adding recently is make sure the person has a good heart. You can't fix a broken heart. Like, we're not here to fix a broken heart. You want to make sure you already have a compassionate and kind heart. and from there we can teach you the skills. But if you can trust a person, then you know for a fact that you don't have to be there micromanaging people. I think that's one of the things. If people come into this company, they're like, man, they're like, where's the manager, right? Who's managing the people? And I would say that we still have a lot of fluff to cut, but generally speaking, we have really effective people.
Well, we don't really have a manager in general.
We don't. We have a very flat leadership style. It's more of who knows the knowledge, and it's the person that helps. So we have a very.
If you have a question, you're never going to go to one person. There's like 3-4 different people you can go to for the question, and they'll all answer it.
Exactly. And then unfortunately Beats and Apple and Fitbit and Garmin and DJI and all these other companies don't teach us how to fix stuff. We have to find ways to fix it ourselves.
We just tear it apart.
So there's no owner's manual to repair things that are unrepairable, and that's kind of what we do. That's the value prop we add, and that's all I have to say for now. All right, guys, anything else? So we had the quote of the day. Funny customer story. David, do you have any funny YouTube comment?
YouTube comment.
YouTube comment of the day. David, give us, hit us with it.
I got you. Dave, you're reading it though.
Do you have it saved somewhere?
Oh, I actually have a screenshot of it. It was that good. No. I don't know if I screenshotted it actually. It's right here. Okay. So read his name and then go at it.
Name redacted.
Oh, this is from the top.
Yeah, from the top.
Yeah, so James Dela Cruz, are you guys spelt incorrectly?
G-E-E-Z.
G-I-E-S. Beats store open the refurbished ones, ? Yeah. Don't comment like that.
So you responded. Thanks for the comment. I'm not sure what you're asking. So the dude responds again. Beats refurbished, ones open. I bought a pair from yours. And then David asks, are you asking if we refurbish our headphones? We do refurbish our headphones. He's like, okay, cool. So there's customers.
I was just guessing on that one.
You can't even figure it out.
Yeah. All right. And then funny customer moment of the day. Do you guys have anything funny, David?
Today?
Or just recently? I know we had a customer recently. That was just kind of interesting. The customer sent a Apple Watch in a envelope, a letter envelope. So one of those paper ones. And then we got it, and it was obviously the product was missing because they run envelopes through a container and they squish them together. And he decided not to follow our instructions on our repair form. And then he came back and was very aggravated why his device came in and it wasn't there. And we just tried to explain to him that, yeah, you have to kind of put it in a box and not in a envelope, because if you put it in a letter envelope, it's just going to get damaged and not even make it there. He didn't even pack it or anything. So that was kind of a unique situation we recently had. That was pretty mind-boggling when people don't follow instructions that we clearly lay out on the website.
Well, there's like that one story of a 49ers hoodie getting sent in.
Yeah, we'll share that another day.
Okay.
Yeah, we got more than time. And then one more thing, funny person of the day. So we're gonna right now introduce Protaz. Protaz, where's Protaz?
He's on the phone. He's on a call.
You better get off that call.
All right. What do we have to talk about until he gets in here?
Who are you talking with?
What?
Who are you talking with?
I'm just getting gas burners
Oh,
from
okay.
my range top. What's up?
Cool. We wanted to introduce you to the podcast.
Okay, can I do that in a second?
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Anyways, next time we'll introduce random people. We have an amazing amount of hilarious people in here. I would say I'm the least funny person here, and I think it's only gonna get better. I can guarantee. Me and David are definitely not the funniest guys here. It just so happens that we started off the company with Aaron here, but we definitely have some characters here, and we're really excited about introducing all these people to you guys. I'm really hoping that we get some good feedback about this, and if anyone has any questions, at a certain point, it's really cool that what I didn't notice before, what I do notice now is when you do see people doing the thing you want to do, it makes it seem more achievable. And I think that's the one thing we want to do. We don't want to be some kind of motivational speakers here. We just want to be able to show you that it's possible and that we do it every single day. When you work in an environment that we enjoy, we created a company, we were able to make sure that it's profitable, and it does really well. We have a lot of people that it helps in the community. You know, if we took the 30 people that do work with us and we take the 300 people that live in the actual community we work in, that's 10% of the community.
Yeah.
So we're probably one of the largest employers in the city of Maple Falls, which is not shocking.
Probably true.
It's actually probably a fact.
We should probably tell them we live in the smallest area possible.
We do live in Maple Falls, Washington, a city of about 300 people.
10 minutes from Canada.
Yeah, we have the fastest internet in the area.
Right
even
across
though
the street from the
1
post
mile
office.
from us, there is no internet at all, and there's a lot of hippies that live up there. So it's very odd that it just so happened that things worked out. God willing, everything else keeps going forward, and we
Let's
keep
hope.
crushing it. We're excited about recording some podcasts and seeing where this goes. All right, this is Joe signing out. We do not have a name for this, so we are waiting for you guys to help us with this name.
Alrighty. This is Aaron signing out. You guys have a good day.
Sign out.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.
Shalom.